Hi, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, this is Mrs. A of Math-A-Matic. I just want you to know that I have series of videos for grade 7, grade 8, and grade 9 math. Now, this video is about graphs of quadratic functions, and we are going to analyze the effects of A, H, and K on its graph. So let's study the following quadratic functions in standard form. F of x is equal to a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k, wherein hk is what we call the vertex. And we are going to observe what is the effect of a, or how does the value of a affect the graph. So I have here f of x is equal to x squared, f of x is equal to 2x squared, and f of x is equal to 4x squared. You notice here, the value of a here is 1, here is 2, and here is 4. So, pataas yung value ng a natin dito. At sila ay lahat positive. Now, ito yung mga graphs nila. Yung pinakalabas, yan yung graph ng f of x is equal to x squared. Yung sa gitna naman, yun ang graph ng f of x is equal to 2x squared. At yung pinaka-inner naman, yun ang graph ng f of x is equal to 4x squared. So, ano napansin nyo ngayon? I-compare nyo ngayon yung graph ng x squared at yung 4x squared. Di ba mas wider yung x squared kaysa sa 4x squared? Yung stretch ng graph. So, ano ngayon ang observation natin dito? Ibig sabihin, as the value of a increases, the graph of quadratic function becomes narrower. Okay? Or, paliit na palit yung value ng a natin, pa-wider naman yung graph ng quadratic function. Next, how does the value of k affect the graph? So ngayon, ang titingnan naman natin yung value ng k. Asan ang value ng k? Nandito, which is the y-coordinate of the vertex. Now, I have here f of x is equal to x squared plus 2, and I have here f of x is equal to x squared minus 2. Now, here's the graphs of these two functions. So this one is the graph of f of x is equal to x squared plus 2. And from the origin, look at this one, it moves 2 units up, 1, 2, plus 2. Okay? And this one is the graph of f of x is equal to x squared minus 2. From the origin, it moves 2 units down. So, ngayon, ibig sabihin, itong k, ang changes ng k sa graph ay pa-vertical. It's either moving up or down. This one, k is positive, which is k is greater than 0. If k is greater than 0, positive, ibig sabihin ng graph natin papunta or magmo-move siya papunta sa taas. Dito naman, ang k natin is less than 0 or negative. Ang movement naman niya, going down. So now, if the value of k is positive, the graph shifts k units up from the origin. If the value of k is negative, the graph shifts k units down from the origin. So that's how the value of k affect the graph of quadratic function. Now, how does the value of h affect the graph? So ngayon, ang titingnan naman natin ay h. Ang h ngayon natin ay nandito, minus h. Pag minus dito, h, ibig sabihin ang h natin dito ay positive. So kaya dito, ang h is the x-coordinate of the vertex. Now, meron tayong f of x is equal to the quantity x plus 2 squared. And then, f of x is equal to the quantity x minus 2 squared. So here, which means dito sa first equation natin or first function natin, ang h natin dito ay negative 2. Dito naman, ang h natin dito ay positive 2. Why? Bakit naging negative 2 dyan? Because minus sa formula natin, so minus 2 squared. Kaya naging plus siya dyan. Okay? Now, let's check the graphs. Okay, so this is the graph of f of x is equal to quantity x plus 2 squared. Okay, so here h is negative. So from the origin, it moves 2 units to the left. And this one is the graph of f of x is equal to the quantity x minus 2 squared. Wherein, from the origin, nag-move naman siya ng 2 units to the right. So here, the value of h is positive, which means greater than 0. Here, the value of h is negative, or that is less than 0. So, yung movement ngayon ng h natin ay horizontal. It's either from the origin to the right or origin to the left. Kanina, yung k natin ay vertical movement, from origin up or down. Therefore, if the value of h is negative, the graph shifts 8 units from the origin to the left. And if the value of h is positive, the graph shifts 8 units from the origin to the right. So let's have the graph of f of x is equal to 3 times the quantity x plus 3 squared minus 3. So this time, kumpleto na siya. This is a, this is h, and this is k. Kanina, hindi ko muna binigay kasi gusto kong mag-focus lang tayo dun sa isang variable. Now, this is now the graph. Look at this one. A is positive. That's why the parabola opens upward. And at the same time, 3, so medyo malaki siya, kaya medyo narrower yung ating graph. And this is the value of h, which means yung h natin is negative 3. So from the origin, 1, 2, 3, this is the value of x or h, negative 3. And the value of k is negative also, so we're going to go down 3 units also, 1, 2, 3. So that's the vertex of the parabola, which is negative 3 and negative 3. H is negative 3 and k is negative 3, or x and y. Now, let's summarize this one. So that 3 tells us about the stretch or the value of A about the stretch of the graph. It's either wider or narrower. And at the same time, about the opening of the parabola. It is upward if A is positive, downward if A is negative. And then, this one, the value of H, is the horizontal translation. Horizontal means the movement is horizontal. It's either going to the right or going to the left. And this K is the vertical translation. So it means the movement going up or down. That's how the value of A, H, and K affect the graph of quadratic function. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one. Bye!